Welcome to the People Leaders Podcast, the audio resource for managers and business leaders creating high-performing teams. Join leadership and team development experts Jan and Michelle Turkelson each week as they explore both subjects from every angle. Through practical tips, valuable insights, and compelling interviews with leadership experts around the world, you'll learn how to bring out the best in your staff and how to give your best as a leader.
Hello, Michelle. Morning, Jan. Very excited about this session, and this is all about career. So how can people invigorate their career, especially those who feel like they've been in their organisation for a long time and they feel a little bit stagnant?
So there are some people that come to us want some coaching around. They've been in an organisation for a while. They keep getting passed over for jobs. They find their perception is that they are being pigeonholed by people, and the traditional way to get around that, people say, is to leave the organisation and start afresh. Now, if you don't want to leave the organisation and start afresh that way, we are going to give you some strategies on how you can remain in the organisation but have people see you differently.
Yeah, so we're coming at it from three different approaches, really, like looking at your capabilities and competencies, looking at how you see yourself, and then how others see you. So let's get into some of the strategies. And one of the strategies that I think is really important is this 360 approach. And get yourself a mentor or a coach. It doesn't have to be for a long time, but it is good to get someone's external perspective and experience on that.
Now, if I could, just interrupt there, Jan. In terms of getting yourself a coach or a mentor, you may have already had a coach or a mentor within the organisation. What I would encourage you to do is get someone who you wouldn't normally get as your coach, because we are going to be drawn to people who are like us. Absolutely. Like, if you really want to change people's perception, do a complete 180 in terms of who you would normally approach as a mentor.
Fantastic. And the other thing is teach someone something. So this is that 360. What is it that you're pretty competent at that you can actually teach and share? And the other aspect is work with a colleague on a particular project for something. So this is this 360, learn from them and also stretch, and you're actually working in that team collaborative approach. So it might open new things for you. Another one is take risks. Like, look around your organisation or look around people in your organisation who actually do take risks and see how you can take a manageable risk. So it could be presenting something that you wouldn't normally present, or it could be working in a project. It could be tapping into some of the corporate initiatives that HR have. Start to just lift your head up beyond what you actually do from a day-to-day perspective. Look from a strategic approach.
Yes, because you want people to see you differently. You actually have to be different. You have to be doing things differently.
See a recruiter is another thing.
Yeah, so the idea behind this is that if you do want to get ahead in your organisation, you're being, you feel that you've been pigeonholed, then go external and see what an objective view might be of your skills, your capabilities, how you present, what are you worth in the marketplace. Like, you might be surprised at the feedback you get, but this is going to be rich and valuable feedback for you, and then you can decide on what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, because awareness around anything really does help you to accept where you are and then move into that action. Another strategy is to create and maintain a success journal. So what are those things that you're doing in the day that are leading or contributing to your success? And in your success journal, you could also set up a daily practice. And a daily practice that James Altucher talks about is this thing about writing 10 new ideas every day, and it actually forces your mind to think differently. So it could be, think of 10 new ideas in your sector, or 10 new ideas to collaborate more effectively, 10 new ideas around how you would manage a team. So and the reason why it's 10 is because the first couple are going to be easy to come up with, but the last, 8, 9 and 10 actually get you to think and stretch differently, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but just set that up as a daily practice just for a week.
Yeah. And the other thing to do, so if you don't feel, I'm not really an ideas person, I'm not very creative, what we would also encourage you to do is get the latest business journal, if you are in business, in relation to the industry that you're in, and sign up for a little while and just every day read 10 minutes on what's happening in that industry. Because what you want to be able to do is weave that in, and you will. You'll do it naturally because it will be top of mind, just 10 minutes every day or 1 hour every week, but just sort of set your alarm and that's the time. And then what you will do is you will find that you are starting to weave that into your conversations with people.
So I recommended that to someone that I was coaching, and so he would catch a train of a morning, and so he started reading the Financial Review, and it's something that he's kind of wanted to do, but he didn't make a daily practice of it, and he started doing it, and what it actually did is it built confidence, and that confidence led to action, which led to other people noticing. So we don't know how these things are going to impact. We just know that if you start doing and thinking differently, things will start to
shift, and you'll get momentum.
The other, I suppose, strategy could be to create a bit of data that your organisation can use. So write a research paper, write a white paper, do some primary data collection, especially if that's, what you're interested in. Like now that they've got, SurveyMonkey and Qualtrics, which is a survey editing app, you can actually collect feedback from your counterparts or stakeholders and to create something that's of value for your business or your organisation.
Yeah.
Now, I know that takes work, but this is something.
The other thing that we'd like to encourage people to do is have a look at how you are perceived. So this is all about changing people's perceptions, and we know that some people do make concerted efforts to change their behaviour or do things differently, and people don't notice straight away.
No, it kind of takes about 3 months because our brain is used to creating patterns, and we like those patterns to be the same. So they're going to look for the same things in you unless over a repeated number of times they start to see and hear things differently.
So partly that is you priming them, and what we mean by that is actually planting the seed in people's heads that you are different, that you are doing things differently than before, whatever that thing was, whether it's, you weren't as collaborative before, use the word collaboration when you're sitting with people. The other thing is visually create a different view of yourself. So it might be change your hair colour or, start dressing just that little bit sharper.
Yeah, up the ante in everything that you do, even if it's a 5%. Like it doesn't have to be a big stretch, but if you normally wouldn't wear a suit, start wearing a suit perhaps. Just start to shift something in the way in which you present yourself.
And you think, oh, what? So, yesterday I came in jeans and tomorrow I wear a suit. So what we're saying is be clever about how you would do it. So on your next holidays, for example, if you're away from the office for a week, it's the day that you come back so that there's been a little break and now you're starting afresh. And if you could take extra time off, then do that, and then start the new you, the new look you.
And one of my final ones, Michelle, is called talent stacking. And again, this is a term from James Altucher, and we will have a link in our podcast to some of his writings. And talent stacking is a term that describes your skills or competencies in particular areas. So you might be good at a couple of things but not outstanding at one particular thing. So you might be good at project management, you might be pretty good at creative design, and put those together and you could create something quite outstanding. So whether or not it's a project management visual display board, or you could be good at finance and teaching, it could be putting together a short video for your colleagues or whatever around how to do a particular finance function. So have a look at how you can create value for your team, for your business unit, and for your organisation. And if it's tangible, then it can easily be syndicated.
You can leverage it so much better.
Yeah. So we hope you found this useful. And what I'd like to leave you with is, what was the one thing that resonated with you? Because just finding that energy spark that, yeah, I could do that, even if it's the path of least resistance, start to take some action that you think that you could and would enjoy, and start doing it. Good. Okay. See you, Michelle.
Bye.
You've been listening to the People Leaders Podcast with Michelle and Jan Turkelson. For show notes and other free resources, please visit us at peopleleaderspodcast.com. Do you know someone else who could benefit from cutting-edge leadership and management techniques? Please take a moment to share this and other episodes via your podcast app, email, or social media channels. Each share helps us fulfill our goals of reducing workplace stress and increasing job satisfaction for leaders, managers, and their teams worldwide. The People Leaders Podcast is brought to you by the Experts On Air Podcast Network.